The world is changing at a pace we have never seen before. Headlines shift every hour, but what if these events were written long ago? From the east to the west, regions are lining up exactly as the prophets foretold. This is not just news. This is history catching up to prophecy. Open the Word, because what is happening now is revealing what comes next.
Can I get an amen, somebody? Amen. What a mighty God we serve. Angels bow before him. Heaven and earth adore him. What a mighty God we serve. See, when you're going through your trouble and your trials, hey, don't get lost in among the trees. Look at the big picture. God is in the process of bringing this stuff to a conclusion. And then soon and very soon, he's going to straighten all this stuff out. I mean, if you're looking at what's happening the way I'm looking at what's happening, and you see stuff lining up the way I see it lining up, soon and very soon, he's going to bring all this to an end. It's not by accident you see the stuff you see in the news. Can I get an amen, somebody? When God talks about the setting for when Jesus comes, he talks about different nations that will be involved. And do you not know that the nations you see acting crazy right now, except for us, are all mentioned in the book, in the story? You see folk like Iran. Well, you ain't gonna see the name Iran, but Iran hadn't always been his name. Iran just became his name back in the 1940s. Before that, it was called Persia. You will see that in there. They even still call themselves the Persians. You see right next door to them, people like Iraq. It ain't always been called Iraq. Nebuchadnezzar, what's his name? Saddam Hussein. His whole stick was he was trying to restore the glory of the ancient city of Iraq that was called Babylon. Yeah, you done heard of that one, haven't you? Iraq is Babylon. When you see him talking about Gog and Magog, Gog being the prince, Magog being the nation straight north from Israel, he's talking about Russia. All the folk that you see, all the players, is lining up. When you see him talking about that there's going to be a man and he's going to rise out of a 10 confederacy of nations that will be coming out of the old revived Roman Empire, which is Europe. And you start seeing these European nations say, we can't mess with the U.S. anymore. We got to come together and we got to establish ourselves and take care of ourselves. It's all happening right now. Look at somebody and tell them right now. Right now, Dave. And the Bible tells us, look up for your redemption. It draweth nigh. You see African nations that are mentioned like Ethiopia and Egypt, all right there. And you're reading it every day in the newspaper. And many folk, even many of us Christians, don't realize what we're reading, what we're looking at, who we're seeing. When you see folk like Anthropic and Meta or Google and the developments that they're making with AI, and you see the Bible talks about when the Antichrist comes, that there's going to be an image of the beast that will be able to speak. And you see what folk can do with AI right now? And you see what they're doing with robotics? There are churches out here nowadays even having AI services, don't even have a pastor. They let AI create an avatar and preach to them every Sunday. Are you hearing me? And then when you look at the foolishness that's going on in the church nowadays, with all of the craziness, and God said in the end, they shall heap to themselves teachers having itching ears, and they shall turn away from the truth and shall return unto errors. And you see all this happening in your time. I don't know about you, but that's enough to make me say it's time to get real for Jesus. Can I get an amen, somebody? He's done too much for me. Can somebody give him a hand? Amen. He's done too much.